everyone, my name is Chris and welcome back to my YouTube channel where today, who knows what day it is, I'm not quite sure, we're going to be recapping the final episode of this current season of Love After Lockup. Originally, what had happened in the news was Love After Lockup was a huge hit and then they ordered like 10 more episodes. But what ends up happening is they have the season finale and then in the summer they're going to have a new season. It's confusing if it's season 3, if it's like a continuation of season 2 in the same couples, or they're going to bring back the best couples, bring back that one couple from season 1 we never saw again. Like, who knows what Sharp Entertainment has planned for us. But let's get into it, shall we? I have makeup on, which is always a good sign. If you haven't yet, please like this video because you're going to like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about this show, honey. We're going to get into it. I need the likes, not just for my validation, but also my YouTube channel. I'm not super big. I need like literally everything that you can give me. Like, subscribe, that whole situation, share, comment, you know how it works. Our first couple is Brittany and Marcelino. I love a story that ends with a wedding. Most Shakespearean plays happen that way, and you know, Sharp Entertainment's not gonna like reinvent the wheel when it comes to dramas and tragedies and comedies. So this is how it starts. Brittany is gonna go visit Amanda. You know Amanda, her ex-girlfriend that she like just sort of wanted to also keep on like the other side of her relationship. And Amanda's gotten a haircut, she looks great, and that's what she wanted to show Brittany, and Brittany had something to show Amanda. The baby that she has made. And to tell Amanda, guess what? Oh, we getting married. And Amanda is like, cool, I'm gonna be there. And it's like a really beautiful story of getting past heartbreak and wanting the best for someone, even when that person's like manipulative. Because Brittany was like, Amanda like was in denial of my relationship with Marcelino. And it's like, no, Brittany, you like were with both the same time and never made it clear that you weren't going to be with Amanda. And even when you met up with Amanda, it was sort of like you just wanted a boyfriend and a girlfriend. You made that unclear. You just like weren't keeping your side of the street clean communication wise. You can't play both sides, Brittany. The day of the wedding is here, honey, and it's all the girls makeup free, including a Sasha, which was like, oh, Sasha, that's what you look like. Okay. And then like Brittany's sisters, there's 2 sisters that look like identical to Brittany, and then one lady, I can't tell if it's a sister as well. It gets revealed that Brittany didn't have a super close relationship with her sisters growing up because they were like different years, and Brittany like got out of there at 12, honey, because her parents were alcoholics and she like couldn't deal and she ran away and was having her own issues, you know what I'm saying? So in their adulthood now, they've been able to like reconnect or whatever, and they've all flown in from like different places. One girl's from Alaska, honey. That was a trip, you know, literally. As well as Brittany's stepdad is here, which is nice. And she mentions like also maybe having a relationship with like her real dad. And if I missed this some part in the season, God bless, where's Brittany's mom? Is Brittany's mom no longer with us? And so I'm literally asking like, God bless. But like, yeah, Brittany's mom wasn't as prevalent in this wedding or really shown. Let's get over to Marcelino's side. So Marcelino has, you know, a group of guys that all are wearing like sunglasses of various reflective tones in this car, honey. They're very happy for Marcelino. You know, I'm gonna also say this about Marcelino. Marcelino sort of has that Pharrell timeless age thing happening because Marcelino looks good for 40. Do you know how old Pharrell is? Like 62. He looks that good. No, I'm not. He's not 62. Little boy faces. And then we pull up to the site, and the site, honey, which they'll show time and time again, is Rainbow Gardens. Rainbow Gardens. A beautiful venue in Las Vegas if you are going to have a wedding that's like black and red themed with like overall like 10 people. There's a dance floor, honey. They'll put on a big cake for you. They'll give you a pastor of a non-denominational faith, and he'll have one dimple, one very hardcore dimple, you know? One. Marcelino's guys, you know, are drinking Modelo, the Modelo pack, honey. They never thought Marcelino would get to this place. The ceremony happens and they both give their vows, and Marcelino like really, really opens his heart and delivers a poem. A poem. And he's like very emotional and vulnerable. And it's like beautiful to see. Brittany really got to like the heart of this man. He's like crying before he even talks. Like one of his friends like, come on, Pilon, you know, and I like looked desperately to find out what that meant. Couldn't find it. Marcelino's like, you put together a broken man. So this I know, from now till the day I go, I'm gonna stay to the day I'm old. And, you know, for him, because we've already discussed, he looks great for his age. It's going to be like another like 85 years. I mean, he's in it for the long haul, you know? I don't know if, so we saw Marcelino's mom, and then we saw a gentleman that was her mom's escort. And I can't quite tell if that's Marcelino's dad. And that's a vastly different genetic pool, I feel like, if it is. This is the only picture I took through the episode because I didn't know how to deal with it. So he doesn't object. No one objects. Amanda's tight-lipped. Sasha's ombre didn't object. You know, I objected to the ombre, but you know, God bless. Tito wasn't there. I would have loved to see some Tito. You love Tito's tacos. Okay, sorry, LA thing. Giovanni just cut a rug, honey. He was super cute on that dance floor, and at one point just like smashes a whole bunch of cake in his mouth. What a beautiful, happy family they have. You know, I'm really into this couple. Brittany feels like she's not going to go back on the drugs anytime soon. It feels very stable for them, and it feels like they're both giving each other what they need. And the past is the past, honey, and the future looks bright. Especially with Marcelino's friends, they all have to wear sunglasses. Their future specifically is so bright. Blinding almost. Okay, so the next couple is Lizzie and Scott. So they had a big ass fight, right? Where like finally like Scotty is seeing that Lizzie is a manipulative bitch, and Lizzie is watching her sugar daddy like a meltdown. So after their fight that they had, she like knocks on his door, this hotel room or whatever, which I realized they must have like rented out the whole thing because they're using every hallway to film and they're screaming in every room. I mean, like if you were staying at this also motel, I'd be like, I want my money back. This is bananas. Anyway, so she knocks on Scotty's door, honey, and he is like a petulant child just laying on his bed like a teenager, you know, and then when he comes back around, guess what? He cried his teeth out. The teeth are no longer there. And we will never see those dentures again. I don't know if at one point they just like crumbled into his mouth and that's why we have never seen him again. I mean, did he have to give them back or was he leasing them, honey? You know? Because he has to pay the bills and I was just wondering, did he repo those teeth? In his melancholy state, he tells Lizzie that he went to go look at his balance and she had spent $2,000 and he is broke. And Lizzie takes this exactly like you think she's going to take it, which is, well, if you're not going to pay for me, I'm out. You promised me you're going to pay for things, and that's why I spent money, and now that you don't have money, no more, bye. If Scotty thought that wasn't how things were going to happen, you know, he had to learn a lesson. And he even said, like, he would go back to California just to give her space and, like, hope that he still would get married, but, like, no. Because he can tell that she does not care about him at all, honey, at all, is repulsed by him. Lizzie's like, if you don't have money, like, I don't need you. Like, if you are not gonna help me out more than you already have, I'm gone. Like, bye, Scott. I'm gonna leave. Lizzie fucking scoots out of that hotel room, honey, in her bunny slippers back to Jasmine's room. And they like decorated that room because they've been staying there with all these like hypercolor, like tie-dyed hypercolor 60s bedding from hell. I mean, from hell. She tells Jazz it's over, that she broke up with him, that she doesn't have the ring, that she feels like the trick. I hate you, Lizzie. Like, you are so evil. And I low-key feel like you just think that everyone is dumb. I get that you just keep finding dumb men, but not everyone is dumb. You know, like the people watching the show, like, know you're an evil Satan, Beelzebub. You know, like, there's no way to describe you other than that. You are like a Leona Helmsley, except not rich. You know, but just if she was, she's just a nightmare. You know, really horrible person. Honey, then they had like their last conversation, Lizzie and Scott, and it's like just horrible. Scott's like, I love two people in my life, you and some other person I'll never know, but like, and Lizzie's just like, And Scott like gives his Hail Mary pass, like, wouldn't you care if I went back to California and found someone? And Lizzie's like, if you were happy, like, I would want you to be happy. You know what I want? I want a friendship only from you. A long distance friendship where we never talk and you like never contact me and I like won't ever think about you. You could think of me like whatever, but like really, I want for you to be a perfect stranger. Like that show that was on TGIF the last time I was out of prison and could watch TV. Remember Cousin Balky? He was so fun. Honey, Scott throws like, I don't even know, a packet of cigarettes and that ring and weirdly a cell phone into a toilet. I mean, no one on this show like cares about their cell phones. Everyone's like throwing them in different places. Like, I don't know what kind of like Boost mobile phones you have that you just don't care about them. You don't throw iPhones. I mean, you don't, I mean, is this elitist to say? Like, I'm just saying, like, if these must be like burner phones that were like 2 cents because everyone doesn't care about their phone. Just chucking them in different places. Open fields, backs of trucks, motel rooms, honey, toilets. I mean, it's like, if 90 Day Fiancé is about going to meals that no one eats, then like Love After Lockup is about just like throwing your phone. And then sometimes having to scurry and come get it when like someone's calling you from prison. So Lizzie goes back to Jasmine and is like, I'm scared I have to do this on my own. But you'll be there, right? Because now I need to lean on my family. You, Jasmine, I'm going to suck you dry now. Jasmine, run back to whoever was raising you before this. They were doing a great job. I can tell you're very smart. You're even going on runs by yourself. I didn't go on runs at your age, honey. I was like sitting down watching Rosie O'Donnell's talk show, Rosie, like eating like as much Taco Bell as possible. So, I mean, don't revert. We find out months later that Lizzie now lives in Wisconsin and she works at like a packaging facility, and that packaging facility made sure that Lizzie was wearing that shirt. And honey, she's feeling good. She lives paycheck to paycheck, but she's an independent lady, she says, you know, and doing well, and even got a promotion. We even have like a scene with her and this boss that like the boss was like, well, I saw your resume, but I took a chance. And that boss sort of seems like she's been given second and third chances too. Anyway, can't even believe it. Like, I don't believe that Lizzie isn't tricking some guy. She has some guy now. Of course she does. In Wisconsin. Like, maybe she has a job or whatever, but like she's still once a fucking snake, always a Slytherin snake. Going back to Scotty, this is the shocker. Scotty found someone new. Weirdly, her name is Jasmine, so at one point, Scotty's like, here, Jasmine, and you're like, oh, what the fuck, what's happening? Is Jasmine gonna come out of Scotty's house now? Like, what? No, but it's another nice-looking black lady. I mean, he has a type. I mean, yes, Scotty got her by just like offering her a free bike, and then was like, but she doesn't want anything, and it's like, except for bikes, you know, but whatever, bikes are, for some reason had a garage full of them, honey. They met at a gas station. Jasmine is like over at his house for picking lemons. They look fun, a fun couple. Scotty's like, we're not having sex, but that's my girlfriend. Like in her Chiron, it says girlfriend. How does he keep getting in relationships with nice looking black ladies where he just keeps giving them things and they never have sex with him? Like maybe that's what he's Findom. I just got it. He's into Findom. Financial domination. Do you know about that? I'm obsessed with it. I've talked about it in other videos. Oh my God. Financial domination. If you ever want to look on Twitter, it's a crazy world in which men get off on just sending women money with nothing in return, except maybe like a picture of their foot or something. Who knows? Whatever. But like, especially online, like what are they going to get? But it's like some men get off, and I've never met one, believe me, who just like want to send girls money. Just like PayPaling or whatever, or like Venmoing or Cash Apping or like whatever it is. And like, they like, I guess, just, yeah, giving money to, I don't know how you sign up for that. And here's the thing, I really don't want to have to keep up with like a Findom Twitter and like sexy pictures of myself. It seems like a lot. But it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. Talk about extreme love. Like, where was that episode of Extreme Love? I could have done with that episode rather than just like another adult baby or some guy is only obsessed with sex dolls. You know, I've seen it before. I'll see it again. Who am I kidding? Okay, next couple is Kaitlyn and Matt. Okay, honey, well, this is what's happening. Matt in prison again, right? Kaitlyn doesn't know what to do. And then it's like, Kaitlyn goes to Kathy's house, right? And Kathy's seen it and been through it. She's like, yeah, this is what's going to happen. He's going to get 5 minutes with a public defender, and then they're going to be on a video monitor, and then they're going to get like some sort of sentence. It's either going to be bail or not or whatever. And just so you know, I've never bailed him out. Ever. So you do that. That's your choice. Anyway, but that's what's going to happen. I'm going to go back and make some more bacon. But yeah, so Kaitlyn's like really at a crossroads. And they were having issues before, and she kind of had let the fantasy slide that Matt was going to come home, get a job, settle with her, move out of his mom's house, marry her, and they were going to continue fucking like rabbits. Everything stopped, right? The fucking, he just wanted to like be with Kathy's great home cooking and her amazing laundry skills. And Matt tells a crazy story, and the crazy story is that he rented a car from Enterprise? No, some friend. And when he got pulled over, that car ended up being stolen. And he was in possession of a stolen vehicle. He gets his bail set at $7,500, which I guess now I know. She only has to pay 10% of that for bail bonds. So it's like she has to come up with $750, which is fine, I guess. She maybe came into mom's money or whatever. But like, so she bails him out and he comes out, and then she thinks like, oh, he's going to like come out of prison and come and talk to me. But like a week goes by, honey, no. So she goes over to like Kathy's to do some more laundry and like get her stuff, and he's there and they have a very awkward conversation. By the way, Kathy, I just want to tell you, is like wearing like a white blouse that looks like a pre-Vatican choir boy. You know, something like that. And I'll tell you, I knew Kaitlyn was over it because Kaitlyn had like a matte black manicure, and that was already like her being like, I'm in mourning for this relationship and what's been happening with me, which has been real shitty. You know it. And I also think that she had Kathy in her ear. Kathy was like, if you don't get out now, honey, you'll be a prison wife, 10 years. And like, I think Kaitlyn like heard that, it rattled in her head, and she was like, nope, no, I can't do it. No, I'm going to be almost 50. And I was like, really? Are you really pushing 40 now? I don't even understand how, Kaitlyn, you look really young. But they had this horrible conversation, you know, like in the driveway where it's revealed they hadn't had sex since Christmas and that she thinks he's cheating on her, which I'm sure he is. She was like, one day it's like you just like woke up and thought that I was a piece of shit. And I can't get you to care about me. Baiting Matt to be like, no, that's not what happened. No, I don't think you're a piece of shit. But Matt's just like, okay, well, don't hit your car on those garbage pails. Bye. Like, Matt does not give a one fuck. She's like, sorry. You know what I'm sorry about? That you don't care. And then she like gets in her car, and I'm like, oh God, Kaitlyn, at least drive away before you break down. But no, she came in front of the car. She's like, just Matt has to watch that or whatever. Matt just like leaves. And the confessional is like, Kaitlyn will always have a piece of my heart. And it's like, yeah, because she like held you down in prison. You went back to prison. She bailed you out. Ugh. And you've never had a girlfriend? Ugh. That's how I feel about the whole sitch. Let's get on to Clint and Tracy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wowsies, wowsies. Maui wowie. Okay. It opens on Clint is wearing like an orange shirt, and at a moment I was like, ooh, don't wear that orange. It's a certain color, honey, that forebodes, you know, the lifestyle. And he is really into the Denver Broncos. His whole room is Denver Broncoed out, you know, big sports fan, that Clint. And he lives in like termite land of a home. Tracy has been released, and the way they released her is because there's like overcrowding. So I didn't understand, like she was like looking at 20 years suddenly, but she's released because of overcrowding. Tracy looks like a different goddamn person. Tracy's like, I couldn't eat, the food was so gross. And it was like, and what looks like you had a lot of access to things while in prison, Tracy. She lost 40 pounds. Looks like a different person. She comes out of prison. She's like on some bus with some other people, honey. She decides to like fully change in her seat, you know, puts on red heels. Whew, and just like her skin is just hanging off of heebity hoops to her skeleton. Okay, so she gets dropped off on the side of the road, and she's like, I hope Clint's gonna come pick me up. And like a white knight in a black Camaro looking car, he rides up and runs out. He recognizes Tracy, which is shocking. And she jumps on him, honey, and they are back in love. Baby, I know you like bigger women. I'm so skinny now. And he's like, yeah, you got to put on some weight. He re-proposes to her because when they got married, I think there wasn't an actual definitive marriage license that happened, because it takes like the day after, and as we know, that day never came for them. She was already chilling with the crack. Oh, I'm sorry, the motherfucking crack. He's like, promise me you won't leave me again, and she's like, aww. She has a preoccupation or just embarrassment knowing, like, are your parents mad? Like, yes, obviously, Tracy. And he's like, yeah, but they'll get over it when they see you treating me so good. And then she's like, honey, then we get what we have been waiting for. Our final couple, Meghan, Michael, Sarah. Michael's now in prison, like, whatever, we knew that, like, bye, Michael, who cares? But we get the confrontation that they have been milking us dry for. I mean, there are just empty sacks where our teats used to be because they have milked it so much, you know? I'm sorry. Sarah's on her way, honey. She's going to Meghan's hotel and she's going to confront her. And her attitude isn't like, I am going to see what she says. Her attitude is, I'm the wife. Who the fuck are you? Who do you think I am? Blah, 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 blah. So she sits down. She's like, who do you think I am? And Meghan's like, his baby mama. She's like, a boom, boom. That his second round. Oh, and a boom, 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 boom. We married. And Meghan's like, but Sarah already knows everything about Meghan. And Meghan has to act cool because Sarah's like confrontational with her. And so she's like, okay, you know, and Meghan is like, you're yelling at me. I don't know you. I'm not going to just like be nice to you. You're very, very hostile towards me. And Sarah is hostile, you know, because she's pissed at her as if she should be pissed at Michael. The same way, shouldn't be that pissed at Meghan, but like is. And they're both kind of like, well, you got played. Well, you got played, bitch, you both got played. And then at one point, like Sarah's like, I need you to go, like, you can go. And I want to be like, girl, you drove over to her hotel. Like, if anyone's leaving, it's you. This is where she's staying. Like a Homewood suite, honey. And the Homewood suites wanted their like name out there. There was coffee cups on the table. Maybe they got the coffee cups from whatever continental breakfast that is put out, you know, but like the Homewood Suites were like, make sure you get it, and they did. So if you want a lot of drama happening in your lobby, stay at Homewood Suites. Then they have this little bit where Sarah says like, clearly he has different tastes in women, and Meghan's like, clearly, and then Sarah's like, you're gonna make this a race thing? This is not a race thing. You know, Meghan's like, no, I'm so sorry. It's not a race thing at all. A class thing. You're classless hoe. That's what I meant. From everything she showed us, I'm just saying like there's no elegance to Sarah. Is that a bad thing to say? You wouldn't see Sarah and then Amal Clooney and be like, which one's which? They both kind of like get up and storm off and talk to different producers and get to the final realization that they should have always had, which is, you know who did this, Michael? To both of you. Michael did it to both of you. You know who knew about both of you intimately and did it anyway? Michael. Guess where Michael is? Fucking prison. That's who you guys have picked. Okay, so be mad at yourselves for your own choices. Feel bad for each other because you should have empathy. And be mad at Michael. Okay. Also, like Sarah asks Meghan if she's pregnant, and Meghan's like, no, thank God. I mean, I'm sorry. No. And Sarah's upset that Meghan had met Carolyn. So like everyone in Michael's family knew about Meghan and didn't tell Sarah. Carolyn, obviously was trying to make Michael like stay with Sarah and be a good father and a good husband. And she couldn't really do that. It seems like she doesn't have power over her child and didn't know what to do. She just want to like throw her son under the bus. But at the same time, this is like the mother of her 2 grandchildren, you know? And so I think Sarah's hurt by that. Then a ring-a-ding-ding on Sarah's phone. Guess what? Michael calls. And Sarah really lays it in, honey. She's like, you done fucked up. You're just a statistic now. I was your best shot at not going back to prison. I could have provided you a place, a stable life, and 2 reasons for you to not be a fuck up. Well, you proved everyone else right, except for me. Sarah's like, I don't want to see you anymore. I definitely don't want to live with you. Like, I don't want to see your face. He's like, oh, should I tell my parole officer I'm not going to come back? And then she says, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I got to like have some time for myself now. And I'm like, come on, Sarah, why give him an open door back into your life? Like, why? You're so young. Is it just that you have kids with this man that you feel like you're so young? Get out. He is free. What does he have to do to get you to be like, no? It's hard, I guess. I've never been that tied to someone. So I'm like, I don't get it. He says he's sorry to Sarah and Aviana and unnamed baby. He doesn't say sorry to unnamed baby. He doesn't have to say sorry to that one yet, but he will. And that baby will hear a bunch of sorries from her or his dad. Megan's now home with her daddy, honey. And I have loved her daddy this whole time. That's a thick neck I can get behind. Megan comes in and her dad's like just cooking. And he's like, I don't want to tell you I told you so, but you know, I did my due diligence as a father to you. And Megan has been strong this whole time with Sarah and stuff like that. She's been stoic, but once her dad like hugs her, she just breaks down. She's just like crying and crying, and I feel so bad. And she had to maintain strength for so long, and she had like no one around her. She just like, let's go. And I almost think like her dad's gonna cry, and her dad wants to fuck Michael up. He's like, you are never talking to Michael again. You are. If I hear him calling you, I'm gonna, wherever he is, I'm gonna go kill him. So you'll have two people in prison. It'll be me and this asshole fuckboy that you just decided to like hook up with. Who knows? Do you think that the dad knows that she gave up her virginity? I think he does. But I mean, as he's hearing all the shit that like, she's like, ugh, he got arrested when I went back down there. He's like, and then she's like, not only that, I found out that he is pregnant with another child. I mean, daddy throws down a dish towel, honey, as he's had it. I love her, Megan's dad, you know? And Megan has always been like way too good for Michael. And this whole time he'd been like, don't do it, Megan, you know? But I just think that she was just like super horny and like maybe like feeling insecure about stuff because she hadn't like experienced a lot of physical making love. And so when she had this guy just like telling her how hot she was and everything, she just like fell into that, you know? I feel bad. So then Michael calls Megan. Megan picks up. And the word choices are so weird. She's like, tell me about these allegations. Allegations? What are you talking about? Everything that Sarah said to you was real. It's like all these women are still giving him outs, and it's maddening. And Michael's typical Michael. I'm not trying to have this convo right now. We don't care if you're not trying to have it. Guess who is the other person that you owe that conversation to? I mean, like, he is such a sneaky snake. He ends up apologizing to Megan, and then like in a post situation to producer's confessional, like lays it all out. Like, look, I wanted to be with Megan. Then I got out of prison, and then I saw my baby, and I felt with my mom's pressure that I should just stick with, I don't know, my wife and everything, but it was too late. I already fucked Megan. Now it's like, I still love you, Megan. And I still love you, Sarah. I need still a woman for me to go live with when I get out. So I can't shut any doors. And also, if you're watching this Love After Lockup, can you put my number underneath? In the most perfect world, right? Like Lizzie and Michael get together. I know they are like 70 years apart, but that's they both deserve each other. Like, I want to see Lizzie and Michael. When's the reunion? Honey, and that's all they wrote. Can you believe it? I threw my laptop like they throw their phones. Just like, that's all they wrote for this section of season 2 of Love After Lockup. We'll see how they like frame the next episodes or what's going to happen. It has been such a pleasure talking about this crazy ass show with you, and it is so bananas, and I am so happy that everyone gave me the link to Prison Pie. I'm going to make it. I might like zhuzh it up a little bit because I don't know if I'm going to be able to like get all of the ingredients. But I mean, I had asked for Lizzie to have a YouTube channel where she shows this kind of stuff. And now I'm like, oh, God answered my prayer. I'm the luckiest girl in the world. It's my birthday weekend and, you know, I got what I wanted. You guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like this video. Remember to subscribe to me. You know, my name is Chris L. Farah. The L is for Lizzie's YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter where I share fun things. It's true. But the most important thing is for you to be in the present moment as much as possible and choose happiness for the people that you love and in your life. So be kind to yourselves and to each other. Stand up for what you believe and make art, okay?